Today we're talking about how to handle trust when you've been betrayed. How's it going, guys? Dr. TankPharmD here, board-certified practicing medicine specialist and recovering overthinker, helping you reclaim your emotional freedom so you can think clearly. And although I am a practicing medicine specialist, I'm not your specialist. So if you have any questions regarding your condition, please see your doctor. Most of us have been there, at least once. We've had such heartbreak that we feel like we never can trust again. All we wanted from them was support, and they just left us. It feels like the world's just selfish. Maybe you're there now. Nobody likes pain. When we're in pain, our brain associates the pain with fear, so that we can be so afraid of the pain that we completely avoid it. It's a defense mechanism to prevent us from experiencing that pain again. We don't want to take that risk to feel loss again. But what's life without risk? When we take a risk, it means we're overcoming a fear. And risk could be good or bad. Risk can be really bad if you're going up against insurmountable odds for selfish gains. Like you wouldn't risk your life on a lottery ticket. But we take good risk every day. We see the risk and we evaluate it against the benefits of overcoming our fears. For the past few years, we've been locked in, and we only leave our house to really live a normal life and get things that we require. We've evaluated the risk of being locked in, and we still go out. Sometimes we take a calculated risk to reap the rewards, because the risk is almost always going to be there. So why should it be any different when you're emotionally trying to open up? You've taken that risk for love before. You've been hurt before, and you survived it. And you're going to survive the next one because you're stronger now. Love and trust are powerful emotions. Science shows that you could live longer and you have a stronger immune system when you're in love. And when you're in love, you feel invincible. And being alone hurts. You don't have love, support, and affection from someone. Now, I'm not advocating you to force yourself to pick one way or another. But I do believe in empowering you to make your own life choices if you get past the fear. You could use your negative life experiences to make better choices in the future. You could filter out the people who don't fit in your life. If you're dating somebody who has a lot of red flags, like they're always talking to their exes and there are always problems that involve law enforcement, then maybe that's a red flag and you should filter them out of your life. This helps you make better risk decisions in the future. And it provides you hope for having positive future experiences. One of the first things we could do to recover from betrayal is to vent the negative emotions. Susan Jeffers, author of Feel the Fear and Do It Anyways, says, we need to get rid of the pain and the anger before we could bring in love. You could yell it out, you could write it out and journal it. As long as it's not in your head, recirculating, it provides you relief. The second thing we could do to recover from betrayal is to release our expectations of getting love in return from others. Jeffers also says, if we're constantly expecting, we'll spend a great deal of our lives disappointed that the world isn't treating us right. When we expect love from others and don't get it, we get disappointed. And that disappointment builds into resentment over the years. So by us having expectations of returned love, we're only hurting ourselves. And it's so easy to give love without expectations in the beginning of a relationship. We give them our time, we give them our money, we give them all our energy in hopes of making the relationship work. But as time goes on, we expect them to give us in return. We give them so much in the beginning that we sometimes sacrifice ourselves, changing who we are, changing what we value, in hopes that we make this work. And yes, it's hard to give love without expecting anything in return. But we do it all the time with babies and pets. We don't get angry when they don't reciprocate. So you do have that ability to give without expecting in return. There's an economic aphorism that can relate here. The rising tide lifts all boats. When you give love to others around you, it makes them feel better. And when they feel better being around you, they're going to want you to be around more. And they're going to reciprocate willingly. So everybody around you gets better when you love them more. Giving unconditionally is not easy. I'm still working on it. It takes practice. And it takes practice not to expect something in return. Well, what about trust? Well, I thought about that too. It wasn't until someone referenced this specific Star Trek theme that it made me realize this might help.
In all trust, there is the possibility of betrayal. Without trust, there's no friendship, no closeness, none of the emotional bonds that make us who we are.
If we risk stepping outside our comfort zone and giving love unconditionally, without the expectation of getting back, we could build bonds with other people, and slowly this would develop into trust. And if we properly filter out the people who shouldn't be in our lives, we could take better risks when it comes to building relationships. In other words, make friends to slowly build trust and limit the betrayal you'll have in your life. It sounds simple, but it makes sense. If we give without sacrificing ourselves and changing what we value, we can become stronger. We practice standing up for our values and don't sacrifice ourselves, so that when somebody leaves us or doesn't reciprocate, we don't feel betrayed because we stood by our values. In addition, we have trust, support, and compassion from other people. What do you guys think? How do you handle betrayal? Let me know in the comments down below. And until next time, guys, be healthy.